start off quiet. So I'm waiting for people to get here, but I want to talk about um, something that I'm noticing in this Diddy situation. Pardon, I think there's an ice cream truck passing, but I want to talk about how I'm starting to notice that this is, again, very orchestrated. It's a setup. Um, I mean, again, the people who are in the know, know, we're aware that there's a lot more to this than meets the eye. There's a lot more people who should be locked up too. Diddy isn't the only person doing this stuff, having these freak offs. Hi, welcome in. So, this whole Diddy arrest and the FBI stuff, I mean, again, a lot of it is orchestrated and this, I'm like, where the fuck? He's loud. But anyway, um, this Diddy stuff is, again, a setup to distract. I'm kind of starting to notice how it's a bit of a distraction. And some people on TikTok, I was on TikTok last night, are starting to pick up on that as well. Because somebody brought up a really good point where they were saying, we've known about Diddy for years. Even a lot of the public, we've known about the rumors surrounding him for years. The rumors that he's homosexual. The rumors about him putting his hands on Kim Porter and Cassie. Again, there are photos to prove this stuff even before the FBI got involved. So it's kind of like, well, why now? A lot of people are starting to ask that question, like, what took so long? Why now? And I know some people want to say, oh, well, he sued that liquor company and, oh, the NDAs are up and all this other stuff. But nah, like, one thing I've learned when studying occultism and Hollywood is these people know when their time is up. Why do you think Notorious Big had the song or the album Ready to Die? Even Aaliyah was talking about like kind of how she felt like a feeling before she was about to go. We also see that with like Tupac's Machiavelli. So these people know when their time is up. They're aware, you know, they willingly sign these contracts and these deals in which they're like, okay, I'm gonna have this many years of fame, success, fortune, fun, and then it's all gonna go to shit. And they're cool with it, you know? Again, they're cool with signing these contracts, signing these deals for temporary worldly, immaterial success and things. So, again, the proof is kind of in the pudding with that. And with that being said, again, like somebody pointed out, Diddy knew he was going to be arrested because he could have clearly, or he could have fled the country. He could have fled the country. He could do what Russell Simmons is doing and like be in Bali and like never come back. But the fact that he like kind of sat around waiting, he knew he was about to go. So he is probably handling this a lot different than people think he is. I know a lot of people think, oh, he's on suicide watch and he's like crumbling and all this other stuff. And I just don't believe that. I think Diddy, again, just knows that it's his time. What's up, Anthony? So, but again, I'm starting to notice, okay, the fact that Carisha is not in jail, the fact that Daphne Joy, the fact that there's a bunch of women who were named in the case, the Lil Rod lawsuit, they're not in jail too, that is a red flag. That should tell you something. That should tell you that, again, this is more Illuminati games. It's more Illuminati games. If there was any truth or validity to Diddy's arrest in this case, Clive Davis, Leor Cohen, everybody on those tapes, everyone who sat there and helped him, everyone should have got locked up too, should have been arrested too. What's up, Truth Hurts? But the fact that Clive Davis and, and again, I was saying in a TikTok video, notice how Clive Davis and Leo Cohen have not stepped down. There's a lot of people, the Grange family, they're continuing to go to work comfortably, So that should go to show people that, and many people just are not woke. Um, but that should go to show that this is not really real. Like all of this shit with Diddy, again, the stuff that he was doing was real, but him being locked up and like the feds and FBI, like, guys, the FBI and police officers and the government and politicians were in the tapes. They were at the parties too. They sat there for decades and partied with Diddy and baby oiled themselves down and drank and smoked and screwed all over the place like wild hogs. Like the same FBI that supposedly has him in custody, they've been knowing what Diddy has been on for the longest. So this is all just more games. I can't take this serious anymore. Somebody was saying on TikTok that this is a distraction. I'm starting to really believe that. I actually do believe it. I think it's just Diddy's time. Just like I was telling you guys, Jay-Z and Beyonce gonna have their time. Their time gonna come too. And it'll be the same dog and pony show of people starting to speak up about how the Carters stole from them and how this and that happened. When the rumors and the whispers about the Carters stealing music and blackballing people and strong arming people and getting people unalived has been around for years. Those rumors have been around for years. So all that's gonna happen, like I'm starting to notice with this Diddy situation, all that's gonna happen is the powers that be are just going to confirm the rumors that have already been swirling. This is why when you're awake to what's going on, it gets kind of uneventful. It gets kind of dry real quick. And I'm starting to notice with the baby oil, that is also orchestrated. They wanted to release some tea that was going to get people, again, distracted, caught up in jokes and games. They know how much Black people love a good joke and love a good skit and love comedy and love, to gag and laugh and, all of that. So, yes, they're going to put some news out there about 1,000 bottles of baby oil. So people can be so distracted and caught up in that they stop focusing on what the case is really talking about and some of the real allegations. And it's the same thing with this book. Let's talk about this book one more time. Again, a lot of people say the book is fake. I have repeatedly told you guys, I don't believe that it's straight from Kim Porter's diary. I don't. And as time goes on, I know it's bullshit. Because one thing I noticed was Kim Porter didn't mention Janice Combs not one time. Diddy's mother, who he's like super, super close with, who was also at the freak offs. And that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying when I'm like, look, you got to be able to see through some of this bullshit. And they want to keep you distracted. Very few people are talking about Janice Combs. When again, his mama sat there for years, going to the freak offs, enabling her son's bad behavior, rewarding bad behavior like everybody else. Like, and the fact that she's, quiet as a mouse and people are just not noticing, not paying attention. And that's exactly why they released the stories about the IVs and the baby oil and all, because it's to distract you from starting to ask the real questions. Like, where is his mama? Why aren't his daughters? They say his daughters are with the family friend. Why aren't they with Janice? See what I'm saying? Like, they got to distract you with baby oil and keep you so caught up in drugs and shit so you don't start asking real questions. And so you don't start to make certain connections. That's what I'm saying. As time goes on, I'm starting to really realize that this case is bullshit. It's bullshit, and it is a distraction because it's not talking about shit that's real. It's not talking about, again, anything that for the most part we didn't know. It's been suspected for years that Diddy had a hand in Tupac not being here. Come on. Like, that's not tea. And that's still, have they really even fully confirmed that? And this is what I told you guys when I was saying they're gonna drag this shit on for the next like 18 to 24 months. Yes, they are. Because clearly they're gaining something by doing it, by again pushing this entire, I mean, every news feed, right? Everywhere you go, Diddy, 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 you know, and it's just like, look, very good observation, Truth Hurts. And that's another thing too. Let's talk about it. Great observation for real, because people were starting to really close in the walls on Kamala Harris. And people were really starting to be like, no, we don't really like her. You know, she's fugazi, she's cosplaying as black and all of that. And then this Diddy situation happens to distract people. And that's, I mean, great observation, because I didn't even really catch the election part. I'm just like, look, this is bullshit. Like, y'all not talking about nothing. And that's what I'm saying. What makes me like, I'm not here for this is because no footage has been released. And they've only talked about people who we've already known Diddy hurt, like Justin Bieber and Usher. Like, no new information is coming out. Like, shit, you get more tea in a Kanye rant with him revealing that Corey Gamble is CIA. That was tea. I was like, oh shit. I mean, the average YouTuber, the average content creator is spilling more tea. Like with the Kardashians' connection to Lou Taylor and them and Diddy and like stuff like that. The feds are not really saying anything. They're not right. Nothing new. No new tea that hasn't been swarming the internet. You can find more tea on YouTube. You can find more tea on a gossip site. You can find more tea in the comments on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Like, if you want to find more real shit out about this Diddy situation, you can find it yourself on the internet. This book is fugazi. Somebody was saying that the book gives like Sister Souljah vibes. It does. But I will continue to tell you guys, do I believe, again, Kim Porter was doing freak offs? Yes, because it's in an internet gossip forum. There's a thread on this gossip site that was published years ago that was saying that Kim Porter was, you know, getting it how she lived, which was on her back. I put that in the long form video about Kim Porter's book. That's what I'm saying. Like, the visuals really have tea up in there, because again, there's more tea on the internet than what you could find in this sorry ass case. Something else that again just tipped me off that this is all bullshit is, again, Diddy is the only person in jail when we know that, again, Young Miami was helping to traffic pink cocaine. Meanwhile, she's walking free. Like, she wasn't helping to escort and recruit other girls. Like, Daphne Joy wasn't, you know what I'm saying, doing the shit with her. And again, if Diddy is in jail, Cassie need to be in jail too, because she was also, you know, carrying firearms and doing the same shit Carisha's doing. But they got them victimized. Kim Porter too. And that's why I'm like, this whole thing is a psyop, because they're going to victimize the women and they're going to make Diddy look like the ultimate bad guy. Meanwhile, Clive Davis, Leora Cohen, Lucian Grange, Elliot Grange, Charles Grange, Dan Schneider continue to go to work and nothing is wrong. It's just Diddy though. Y'all, come on. Now, I posted how, again, Carisha has been tied up with some dark stuff for a minute, and a lot of it involves young people. And somebody on TikTok said the FBI is not going to mention all of the truth, and this is why this case is bullshit, is because the FBI participates, like the feds participate in the moving around of young people. And so that's why they're not going to like implicate everybody, and that's why they're not going to mention that part. Because again, as time is going on, I'm like, if this was really them cracking down, we should be hearing all type of stuff about, again, a bunch of young kids. We should be hearing about a bunch of stuff, again, with mainly, again, Clive Davis. And again, Young Miami should be going down with him, because Young Miami has that photo on, and I put this in, I just put up a new, like, video today of Young Miami taking a picture with pizza. And she also has some pictures at her daughter's, like, third birthday party, second or third birthday party, with the child dressed kind of weird, and Young Mammy is like in the picture looking like she's serving her up on a platter. And that let me know right there, okay, you selling your kid, allegedly. Because that's what it looks like. It looks like you selling your kid. It looks like Diddy, you know, proposition you and was like, yeah, like you can make money selling yourself, but there's more money in selling your offspring. And that's why I put in that video that I put up today. Notice how Diddy always with a woman that already got kids. I'm starting to look at Kim Porter again different too, because I'm like, you know what? You probably, offered up your son to Diddy, because you had that kid before before you met Diddy. And so Diddy met you with a young kid, and then you went on to have more kids. So between Kim Porter, Misa, because I don't think Diddy is his father. Diddy is Justin's dad. They saying that Justin's father is some man named Wolf. So between Misa Hilton, Carisha, Kim Porter, Joey Chavez, Gina, the one who was going back and forth with Young Miami, it's like, yeah, there's a string of women who already have children who been laid up with the diddler. And, the whole industry runs off of chrome and pizza and, again, young people going from point A to B. That's what's really going on in the industry. But they're going to market it as, oh, it's a bunch of freaky people and drugs. And yeah, it's drugs. Yes, freaks. But I told y'all, the freaky part is occultism, which they're not going to tell you the truth about. Never that. And I noticed, like I told y'all, even with the charges that they're bringing against him, it's all got to do with sex trafficking and like prostitution and human trafficking. They're not really even talking about the drugs, which was also suspect. I'm like, y'all not gonna get him on any drug charges when we know about the pink cocaine? And I'm just like, look, as time goes on, it's just becoming more and more obvious that this is bullshit, and that this is, again, the distraction is fugazi. It's the feds trying to cover their own ass, because it's been talked about how the government aids in the traffic of illegal substances into this country. I mean, again, the war on drugs is fake. Even in other countries, drugs coming in and out, it be their own people helping it, and not your average person. It be these politicians and these elected officials and these public figures and all of that who be, helping to move weight from place to place. So the charges that are coming against Diddy are suspect. This whole case is fugazi, because again, if it was real, it wouldn't just be Diddy locked up. It would be way more people with him. So I'm starting to see through it. But I just wanted to come on here on live and like talk about that. I'm pretty tuned out at this point. I just wanted to get this off my chest, because again, this is a distraction. And yes, truth hurts. They need to distract from the economy. They need to distract from the election. Before this Diddy shit happened, people were so focused on, I can't find a job, everything is super expensive, the election, you know, raggedy ass Kamala, like people were really starting to focus on real life. And then this Diddy shit popped off. And then they were like, now everybody's focused on Diddy and baby oil. So I'm starting to pick up on that. They need people to, again, they need some entertainment and propaganda to distract people from what's really going on in the real world. So just some commentary, just some things that I've noticed. Thank you, Truth Hurts and Anthony, for being here. All my newcomers, thank you. Y'all, I'm about to go ahead and post this. I think I was talking to y'all about American Horror Story. I might just go ahead and just do a live tonight since I have time. And yeah, let's continue to talk. But yeah, I'm gonna end this live, and I'm going to, yeah, okay, so let me go ahead and end this live, and then I'm gonna do another live right after, talking about American Horror Story, especially because TikTok took my video down. So Truth Hurt, stay tuned. Give me like 2 minutes. I'm coming back for American Horror Story live. Thank y'all.